Would it be like 7
episodes?
That's 7 weeks. Oh, that's a month and a half.
That's committed.
Of Vodcast stuff. Wow, time passes so fast, like when you're having fun. Greetings, Earthlings. How are you guys? As you can see, just to start off real fast, we look real busted. Real busted and crusted. Okay, we did not come with beef faces only because we're going to my mom's reception tonight, so we didn't want to like put on makeup and then we're gonna be beat later, and that kind of beat takes time.
And it's hot.
And it's hot too. Oh, it's hot as hell outside. Like 80. I don't even know how many degrees because I haven't been outside but once, so I can't really talk. But it's hot in here, so I know that it may be a little hot outside. Just a little. Can it be summertime already? I'm just ready to be in swimsuits.
And summer just feels so carefree. You drive fast on the freeway.
Yes, you don't give a damn. Bumping.
You got a little snow cone, a little icy, little frosty.
Yeah, you just the summertime, it feels like you should just do shit, like go on adventures, try new things, get snow cones and ice creams and milkshakes.
Like frosty every day in the summer.
Yes,
snow
an
cone,
icy,
and an icy.
Yes, just some refreshing.
Refreshing for your third.
Refreshing.
For your third.
Me. So yeah, we're ready for the summertime, but the spring is nice too.
I like the spring.
And
like
for Texas, it's the same thing.
In the spring.
Yeah, it's spummer right now.
But I feel
Spring
like we
and
don't
summer.
really have a spring. It's like cold, cool, hot.
Right. Like real cold though, and then like hot, and we just
cold,
move
but
on.
it goes cold, cool.
Like just
it's like
right, hot.
It's hot.
Yeah, like when you wake up early in the morning and you open your mouth and the fire that you breathe, the hotness. That's what it's like, just hot like that. When you become a little tart, you gotta take a few more showers.
Right, you
especially for us, you gotta get underneath.
Lift it up.
You gotta get up underneath the crevices.
Get all the moisture.
All the moisture than an oyster. You don't want to be an oyster. Oyster. Oh, tell people about the thing.
So there's this restaurant that we go to, and they have the freshest oysters I have ever had.
They're called Bear Bay, right? In Plano. Need I say any more? There you go. They were so fresh.
Like I reached in the water.
And pulled. Well, oysters aren't in the water. They're on the wall. They grow on the wall.
Yeah, but don't they keep, like, when they have them, they keep them in the water?
Oh, do they?
I would feel like, yeah.
Remember, I just had to keep mine on ice. That's what the guy in Central Market said. Because if you submerge them, then they don't live.
Off the wall,
on the
ice.
However you want to put it, it was
fresh, really, really fresh.
Yeah,
with just a little
with some lemon, a little salt.
And they detach them for you, so it's just a.
And you gotta catch it. You gotta catch the little oyster slime on the side. Sorry if you are not a fan of oysters. We love seafood, all kinds of seafood, any part of the seafoods. And so we love oysters. And we went to Bear Bay and went in on these oysters, and they had these mussels.
You had the mussels.
But I've told you so much about them that you know how much.
They were really. You got them tossed in with Cajun seasoning.
Yeah, Cajun, and I had a side of butter and some lemon, some little lemon, and I squeezed it on there, and they were like big mussels. Oh, they were so fresh. We're going back. Good thing we recording at her place next time, so I can pull up.
Scoop up on them.
I don't know why that song is like stuck in my head. Because when I think of summertime, I think of Young Jock.
But that's...
Is that who did that song?
No.
What did it? Lil Scrappy.
What's up? I don't think that's Scrappy either.
Yeah, it is.
Can I play it? Just keep in time.
In time.
I don't think that's Lil Scrappy.
Yes, it is.
Break my heart. like you ain't been. Show you how to really get. Give me your number, and I'll call, and I'll follow. Is it him?
Yes, it is him.
We gonna look.
We gonna look.
Okay.
Today
we are talking about friendships, just a different aspect. Talking about when you are outgrowing friendships.
Yes.
We kind of touched on it a little bit in our first friendship video, which we need to post on.
Have we not posted that one?
Mm-mm.
That must have been before we officially decided. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We'll post that one as well. So we talked a little bit about friendships, but there is a transition that you go through, just kind of at that point when you start to realize who you are and the path that you're on, that you realize that you just can't take everybody with you.
Right. And to add on to that, I thought when you was doing so well.
But I like
that. I thought you bounce off. I got you. You like the what?
The balance.
Balance. You like the balance.
Yeah.
Between us.
Balance.
Bounce. Yeah. Okay. Balenciagas. And to add on to that, just knowing when you've kind of outgrown each other, and that if that person isn't on the same level of you or isn't trying to be on the same level of you, how over time, if you don't grow together, you just kind of grow apart. Which I have a bomb quote that I'm going to have to go grab my phone for at the end, because it's like perfect.
Is it
I just had to bomb diggity. I just had to prerequisize us with the quote. Now I gotta.
Really
I know we are not really uneducated. I promise you. We do not. Well, we do speak like this on a regular basis, but to us though.
Yeah, we have different colloquialisms for when we're speaking to each other.
Yeah, colloquialisms. Yeah, so when we talk to each other, that is how we talk on a regular basis. But it is in no way how we talk like in the real world, professionally, to family. You know, it's just we just silly. Don't mind us. So we just mispronounce things on purpose. But I almost outed Red that she doesn't know. Is that out of her?
Yes.
Oh. Reverse.
And people who watch this don't all know Red.
They don't all know Red. Red is our third Power Ranger. So we just call ourselves the Go-Go Power Rangers.
Right.
So, and we've just, Go-Go Power Rangers. So anytime they want to pop off and step up, you gotta flick the wrist over and let him know that your life is not your life anymore. Right. Like Katniss on Hunger Games. Like, it wasn't her life anymore. So
I wouldn't get that.
Moving on. So with the friendship thing, and just kind of when you've come to the end of the road, and I can't let go. What? It's so natural. You belong to me. I belong to you. We sing that to each other every morning when we wake up. Just kidding. But so we're just gonna like kind of get into it.
Let's get into this.
Put our toes in the water, and just talk about what it means, what it looks like, and what you can do when it happens to you.
And so when we say you're outgrowing your friends, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're more successful than your friends, or that you're doing better than them, but it's just you're on a different path than they're on. And you may have gone through college, got that job that you were looking for, and now you have more stability, and so you're looking to do things like invest, travel, put money aside for later, looking for different type of side hustles, different hobbies, type of
activities to become more eclectic, trying new foods, going on new adventures. I'm so big on going on adventures, because that's what life is, an adventure, and it's so much fun when you can do it with other people. So keep on talking.
And there may be a person in your life that you're really close with that's not trying to go on that path with you. And so you'll notice everybody notices it when it occurs. Both parties notice it, but maybe neither party wants to address it. So, you start having these ideas of things you want to do differently. You don't always want to go out to the club and drink and, hang out. You want to do stuff early in the morning so you have the rest of your day to do things. You want to do stuff planned out. You don't want to wait till the last minute to do things.
You want to go shop at Target on their clearance aisle. And have someone to be with you. Okay? I'm just saying, you want to go shopping, have brunch, eat. You already said go on trips, but yeah.
And so your interests are just changing, and so you just don't necessarily have things in common. Maybe the thing that brought you all together, the thing that you had in common, you no longer have in common. So if that was college, if that was a hobby or something that you were both involved in, then maybe you're no longer both involved in.
Right. A group or an organization. For us, we could just base it on college because we both went and attended at the same one. So when we talk about our experiences and our life and comparisons, it's based off of that. Of course, not everyone goes or is interested in it, but it's just when we give our perspective, because I think college was really influential and impactful for where we are and who we are today. So that's when we just highlight all of our fun stuff started in college.
But even outside of college, you're always going to be, hopefully, if you're not a stagnant person, you're always going to be growing and changing. So your path is going to change from those around you. And you can't always, everybody's not always meant to go with you where you're going.
Right.
So you could be a person who's wanting to start a business. You want to be an entrepreneur and you're trying to explain, your ideas and the way your thought process is working to somebody who is really close to you. And it's like, oh, that's dumb. That, those are the type of signs where it's like, well, maybe we need to reassess the type of relationship that we have. And we're not necessarily saying that if you're going on a separate path than someone that you just have to stop being their friend.
Right. But because you can grow in different ways, and it's not all about the career, the job, where you live. It's a personality thing, it's a mental thing, it's a spiritual thing, it's a physical thing. And you just kind of travel on this trend together. And so when you're not able to do that, you do, I think, just feel alone naturally because it's one friend that you did everything with. You're just not growing either at the same pace or in the same way as that other person. And so you may feel that they are kind of keeping you stuck because that's your ace, boom, coon, and your ride or die. But you just want to go further and you want to take them with you too. And so that's when you kind of have to, like she said, reassess and reevaluate what their life and presence in your life means.
And, that could mean setting boundaries. So if this is a person that you once shared everything with, well, maybe you don't share your business thoughts or ideas or things like that with them. And that's not saying, well, dang, if they my friend, like, shouldn't I be able to tell them everything? Right. But it's just setting the boundary for yourself and knowing the type of friendship that you have. Or if it's family, if you have family that is not really supportive of the things that you're trying to do, know that boundary. And it's okay to set a boundary for yourself and say, these are the 10 things that we can talk about and we can be great. And these are the 2 things that we absolutely
leave off the
we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that when you start to feel that, no matter, what side you're on, if you feel like your friend is growing away from you or you're doing the growing away, that you should address it. You should have a conversation and you should talk about it, because letting it fester, that's how things can get misinterpreted, miscommunicated.
Misguided, because you're on 2 opposite ends of the fence and no one is coming in the middle to meet, to talk. Yeah.
So, having that conversation, and then with things getting misconstrued, then it's like, oh, well, you just jealous. And, we all like to assume that we got haters when nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. Ain't nobody checking for you. But you want to make sure that you're...
I'm sorry. Huh? You want to make sure that you look so good. You look so nice.
You want to make sure that you're effectively communicating your emotions. That's something that we definitely advocate for.
Yes, communication.
And living your truth. If you feel like your friend is changing and your friend is different, don't be afraid to acknowledge and be like, look, you know some other shit.
Right. And it's some other shit that I ain't trying to get down with. And not that we got to be on the same shit. But your shit don't look like mine. Don't smell like mine. And so I don't think... that we can just keep going on with the shits. All that. Just like that, too. Word for word. But
you know, so there are just different things that you will notice that, you know, you and your friend don't necessarily see eye to eye on, that, you know, you're interested in things that they're not interested in. And that's not to say that you can't have friends different than you. I have a very best friend. We could not be more opposite.
Best friend of the
or opposite. Like, she's very just, hey, hi, oh my gosh. And I'm very,
hi.
Hello. And love her to death. She's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, and we could not be more different. And we're on different paths, but we're on different paths together.
Yes. And I think that's something to realize is not everyone has to be you. Not everyone has to go to college. Not everybody got to get a degree. Not everybody has to have, you know, the career or whatever. It's just about you doing what you want to do and moving forward with it.
Right.
Like, whatever that looks like for you, everyone has their own set of goals. And the thing about relationships is a give and take kind of thing. And you want to be in a relationship, even a friendship still counts as a relationship, with someone that you feel adds benefit to you and that can help you get there, because you use each other in relationships, right? I mean, like, you have something that I need and I have something that you need. That's what makes that opposites attract kind of thing, because there's certain traits in you that I haven't mastered for myself, or I don't know how to develop those skills, and vice versa. So, just like, you don't have to be on the same path doing the same thing, but be working your path. Like, be actually going down the road, you know, to your success and what success looks like for you to be happy. And I'm gonna do the same thing, and then, you know, we live life in between.
And, you know,
driving down the street in my 6'4".
And you want to make sure that you are not a stagnant person, that you are growing, developing. You can be 65 and still be growing and developing,
you should
and learning,
be still growing.
Right, and learning new things. So it's okay that, you know, if you start having different interests or doing different things that interest you, you always want to be true to yourself, and you want to stand in your truth. And that's why we're such big advocates for communication, because if you're standing in your truth, it's going to bring up some things that bring some shit to the surface that it's like, I don't really like when you do that. Right.
And to not take offense to that, but to use it as something to grow on. Something that Ivy and I talked about like a couple of days ago is when there's just something that's so big and it takes over and kind of clouds the relationship. And so then you just can't move past that when you feel that you should. And so it's about strengthening the relationship. So when conflicts do happen, I want you in my life so bad and so much that I'm not even going to let that, like, I'm not even going to sweat the small stuff, and so that we could just keep moving forward. So,
yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Cut the check. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say after that. I'm stumped. Episode over.
And so it's a process going through that, especially if somebody's been your friend for, you know, growing
years.
up. One of the biggest things that I notice about myself, and that I just see in other people, when you figure out who you are, you notice that people don't have a place in your life. So, you know, some people are meant to be in your life for a season, and that may be the season that you're discovering who
you're supposed to get that part to complete, you know, to move forward to the next step. And that's what their purpose may serve, to kind of bring it out of you, so that you realize, wow, I didn't think I had that in me until I met such and such. And you may not be friends, you may not be cool with that person, but they brought you to the next level that you need to be to keep moving forward.
And so once they've served their purpose, it's kind of like,
I'm done. Can we get the ticket, please?
Don't treat your friends like that.
Don't do that.
But, you know, so that's a process, and you should allow yourself to be able to mourn the relationship, sit in those feelings, sit in those emotions. I don't think as a people we're vulnerable enough. And myself included, I'm talking to myself about just being open. We're all human. We all have those emotions. We all feel sad. We all feel abandoned, neglected,
and anxious, and what do you do, and lost, and kind of like, what the hell is going on? But it does help to talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, it doesn't heal. So if you don't get it out in the open, you know what I think of, kind of like when you get scars and stuff, and like certain things you just don't put a Band-Aid over because they say it needs to breathe to heal. That's it. You know, so when you keep it all inside and try to smother it, it just doesn't properly heal the way it's supposed to. As if you breathe or let it out, you know, into the universe and then deal with it.
Social work.
What? You know, it is social work month. I'm just saying. But yeah, you know, I know a little something. See, I told y'all that we were smart.
And so just allowing yourself to experience those emotions as if it was a romantic relationship, not putting your business on Facebook. Not, you know,
no social media,
yeah.
taking it to that person that you have the issue with. Something that Ivy and I pride ourselves, or the Power Rangers in general pride ourselves on, is being able to bring it to you and to use those I feel, me feel kind of feelings, and not to sound attacking like, oh, but when you did this, I didn't like it. But just, hey, the result of that made me feel like this, and kind of owning that, because it takes two to tango, you know? So if you allow yourself to get to that point that you feel because you're in control of your own emotions, then I think you should take up half of that credit too, because you cannot feel any type of way. You could choose to not feel any type of way and we wouldn't be here. But because you feel some type of way, I feel that you should just meet halfway and kind of talk about those feelings. And if you're in a relationship, you have given that person permission to be, you know, to communicate intimately and deeper with you than you have other people. You know, like when you develop those relationships over time, I give you the key to my heart. Literally, even your friends, you know, they have a really big place in your heart and you don't want to not have them in your life. So they deserve to have that kind of communication. Like, how would you feel if I just shut you out and just didn't give you a peek inside of what I was feeling for us to talk about it?
Yeah, and I was talking with Dean, who is our
mentor that we mentioned.
Yeah.
Hey, Dean.
You know, and she was just saying, in every relationship, there is the two same roles, whether it's a friendship or relationship. There's always the two roles. There's always one dominant person and one less dominant person. Even when there's two dominant people, there's always
a little less dominant person.
Right. And so what being in a relationship is being able to be the strong person in a relationship and give the person power to see you be vulnerable.
Yes.
Or to
because that's power in itself.
Yeah. And that just speaks to the strength of the relationship. So I think that, you know, if you feel that you and your friend are drifting apart, or you feel like it's just not working, there's not a connection, you owe that to the friendship. You owe that to
the time that you've devoted to invest with this person on getting to know each other, fighting, arguing, meeting your family, they all crazy, talking on the phone at umpteen hours a day, every day, you know, for it to just end without that closure, without that bow on the present kind of thing. It just feels incomplete. And then you'll just think about it and reminisce, and years later you'll think of things that you could have done differently, but you'll always remember that friendship and what it was supposed to, I guess, signify in your life.
And, you know, my thing is, I just encourage you, if you feel like if it's not working, or, you know, and this can be anybody, this can be family, this can be friends, this can be a mentor. Sometimes your mentors are only meant to take you so far in life. Not Dean, she's for life.
Dean is for life.
But other people.
That you meet in that season that you are growth, and they lift you up.
Right. So they're not always meant to go everywhere with you, but I encourage you to cut it off, because if you feel like if it's not going anywhere, it's not serving you, it's not doing something for you, all you have in this life is yourself.
Yes.
And so if it is not benefiting you in the way that it should be, if you wearing out the percentage and it's only at 30% and you need it at 80%, it's time to cut it off.
It's just time to cut it off.
Because all you're going to do is make yourself stagnant by trying to hold on to people who are no longer having a benefit in your life, that are no longer serving their purpose in your life.
Yes.
And so don't be afraid to do that. It's hard. It sucks.
Yes, it sucks. And you're going to be sad and you're going to cry because it's sad, and you've come to the conclusion that you're just not a healthy person that I need or desire anymore. And history doesn't equate happiness. So just because we've been rocking and rolling for 10 years, which hopefully at that point you should still be rocking and rolling, but you would hope. But you know, things change. But you know, you've been rocking and rolling for so long, somebody's gonna have to do the heartbreaking. Even if it's not you, even if it's not that person, the universe is going to come in and shake things up because you're not meant to stay there. And that's just, it's unfortunate that you have to leave that person where they are. But that doesn't mean that that's like that forever. It just means on the next chapter that I'm taking you, they're not a character in your book. And that don't mean that they can't pop up in a few volumes later. But as of right now, in order for you to get to this next step, these people, that person is not going to be very beneficial, or you'll get to that next step and sacrifice it for the sake of your relationship with it. I think which everyone should know that relationships are, like you give and take, and you do have your ups and downs. So this is not for like the regular, typical, healthy relationship.
Right.
It's just not. This is for the toxic, unhealthy. I get anxiety. Just to read a text message, to be on the phone with you, it can go left. And it go left and we can't come back right. And we got to get off and kind of give ourselves some breathing time. And you do that back and forth and again and again and again and again. That's the sign, because relationships do go up and down on those waves. This isn't a wave. This is a crash, burn. Did you get that visual? Did you get that was like the plane coming?
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
Walk me through it. The plane.
Like hit the ground, and then like it blew up.
Oh.
That's the relation. That's what it makes. That's the relationship. You get that? So that was it. All that to say that the airplane crash is a relationship. You're gonna come to that point eventually, and I'm one of those people, because I'm a control freak. It has to be like on my terms, because I'll feel good the way that it's left, and probably not. I think there's a lot of things you can look back on. You could have did things a little differently, but I just like it to be on my terms, because I don't want something catastrophic to happen and then it's kind of irreparable, for yourself and for that person. So I'd rather just be on my terms, because it's when I want to. And I've already come to the conclusion in my mind, like, I think this is the moment that we're going to kind of let it go. So
we really just, this one was less tippy, more just kind of having a heart to heart.
Yeah.
But
because it's something we talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Because we talk all the time, and we don't have a lot of disagreements. We don't. At the point that we're in now, how long it's been? I wish I had my glasses on, because I like to push them up, but 14? Since 2014? 2013? When did I cross?
You crossed 13.
Okay, then it was 13, because I met you at the end of that year, because then you came in 14.
Okay.
So how many is it? 5. You the accountant, financial business person. Don't y'all do numbers? You got 100%. You wearing numbers. How many years is it there?
So
5 years.
So 5. Oh my god.
5, right? You got a hair.
I was trying to get it. It probably looked like I was digging in my nose.
Oh no, yeah, it was because it was just flying around.
But this was more of just like having a heart to heart. This is us encouraging you if you do feel like there is a relationship in your life that you need to cut off. We are here to support you. You can always let us know. You can comment to us. We'd be happy to help you. I think we're just kind of going more towards personal development, because that's also
right. And it's about like being self-aware. You're secure when you're always giving yourself that reality check. You stay in check. And everybody needs to stay in check. Everybody needs to be truthful with themselves, even though it sucks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's going to happen with or without you, whether you like it or whether you like it or not. So that's why you kind of just want to reevaluate. Oh, you can see my, as I pointed out, but you just want to reevaluate, what relationships are to you, where you are, what you provide to that relationship, what animosity and stress you also bring, because just like that person stressing you out, you're probably, it's a back and forth thing.
And ask your friends. I mean, if you feel like you're the person that's having the issue or you're the person getting left behind, you can ask your friends, what do I bring to this relationship? What is it that you value in me? That is the reason that we are friends.
Even together. Yeah.
What is it that you value in me?
You gonna put me on the spot right now?
Let the people know I'm special.
Pause. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I will. That sounds like that smoking commercial. Go and tell the people how you feel about me.
Okay, I think you're nice. And well, I tell you one thing, she a bum ass cook, so the only way to my heart is through money, and she got a lot of it. Yeah, you were ready for that.
Don't lie to the people now.
Let them know, Oprah. 100%.
I don't have it
in that thing. No.
You really took
well, you do listen, and you do give really good advice, and you know the difference between when to
get the words.
Well, because like when I vent to you and stuff, I don't always want a solution. It's
right.
And I will say I don't want to change right now. I just want to talk about it, and that's just it. And you listen. And you say, I think personally, ABC, I understand you're not there yet, and you just let it go. Because I think something that kind of sets us up for failure is when we have these expectations of people and then they fail. So you just let it be known, I don't even expect anything from you. I'm just going to listen, and we're just going to move on. And when you're ready to change, I'll be here to help.
Scoot the boot.
Scoot. You ready to drive the car forward? Okay, what do you...
Toss it.
Did you see the toss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that you are a very, very honest person, and I think that...
Oh, I'm musty. I'm sorry. I know you because it's...
I didn't smell you, but now...
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to take a shower, but it's
no, since you flicked it over here, it's tough.
I didn't flick it.
You did this here.
Let me get it back. Is it... No, I should just stop. And we're almost done, too. Good. That we almost done, because you couldn't sit through the whole if you would have smelled it in the beginning.
I didn't smell it until you...
Oh, your eyes don't have to water like that, ma'am. Okay. Finish telling them what you like about me.
That you musty. No, but I think you are a very honest person, and you kind of stand in your feelings no matter how it may be perceived by other people, and that's something that I really admire about you. That it's kind of yes, I want to be loved and accepted like everybody else, but this is how I feel, and you're going to take it how you're going to take it. I think you're very good at stepping back from situations. Do you feel that about yourself? Yes.
I concur. But I was thinking, I felt that way about you too, how we talk about it and you say, I think I'm just going to dial it back a little to protect myself. And so I really like that you can say fool, no. All about me. So, okay, keep going.
I like that you can step back from situations and be like, you're in the downstairs brain, you're feeling a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
And then you just don't take things personally. That's something that I truly love in our friendship, because if it's a day, I don't want to talk. I just want to lay in the bed. It's not like, you ain't called me all day.
And you mad at me.
Yeah, it's not
I hate that. Yeah.
Hey, and so that's something that I genuinely love, and you're a very loving and kind person.
Even though people think I'm not.
Because you cannot be.
When
you choose to be.
Right. But if you on the inside of the circle, you get all the loving. Okay.
Put them arms down. But I do think you're a very loving person, and I do love those things about you.
Thanks. And you're so loyal. I mean, I don't know lately.
Lately with what?
Huh? Ma'am, it's okay.
I'm
Bring your
saying
shoulder
that to you
back.
and you
Okay.
smell like old beans.
Okay, I think that's it. I think we done. We done. You done telling the people the stuff? Because I ain't about to be out here getting insulted. You ain't about to put me out here like I'm that person. You know me musty all the time. I just
You
don't
don't.
deodorant.
I know. And it's hot.
And it is hot, so we is about to wrap it up. And we have to. We gotta start getting dressed. All right, well.
But I encourage you to have that conversation with your friends. It doesn't. Of course, you can go deeper than what we did. We talk all the time.
We talk all the time, so we already know what's up every time we see each other.
But really ask your friends what is it that you bring to the friendship, or even ask your friends what is it that they would like for you to bring to the friendship. What do they feel like you're lacking that they're seeking to get from you? And, let us know in the comments if you want to message us, if you want, maybe even some more in-depth tips about how to have those conversations with friends. We'd be, happy to help you. Mm-hmm. She's a social worker. I've just been through shit in life, so we can, put that
working sociably
together and help you out. We really just want to see everybody succeed, and we want to see everybody live their best life. So thank you so much for watching. If you sat through the whole 30-something minutes,
you a real one.
You a real one.
God's plan.
But as always, like, comment, subscribe,
share. Right.
And you can be happy without everything going your way.
Hold on.
Oh, you got a quote? Whip it out, Quotey. Whip it out.
And the word has said.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
She the quote queen.
Hold on. Where'd it go? If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. African proverb.
And I think with that we are going to wrap it up.
Bye.